Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Of all things, I go to bake a pie and guess what? I have no pie crust. I usually have 10, 15 pie crusts baked up and I have them in the deep freeze. Well, who ran out of pie crust? Vera. So I'm going to have to make a pie crust. And I don't like to make just one. I like to make about 10 or 15 at a time. But this time I'm going to just video it. Greg wanted me to. So we're going to try to do that. I don't know if I've ever baked one pie crust, but I'm going to try to. So I'm going to start out with a cup of flour. Now, my pie crust isn't anything fancy. I've seen so many neat recipes on the channels where people are making these really nice pie crusts. My grandma made this pie crust and it's the only one I've ever made. And then I'm going to take about 3 spoons, I'm using a fork, spoons of, I'm using Crisco. I prefer to use lard. That's what my Mamaw used, was lard. And that's what I usually use. And this pie crust has never failed me. I've made it for, I don't know. Oh, well, I know I'm old. Everybody knows I'm old. I've made it for over 50 years, 60 years maybe. I don't know, going that way. It's always been okay. I used to make it for a couple restaurants. I made their pies for them when I was younger. And this was the recipe I used. It's the recipe that Mamaw used. And I'll tell you what, Mamaw could do anything, and it always worked. So I don't try to tweak or change her recipes in any form, any way. Nope. She could do it anyway. And so I just don't do it. So, and then after I get my flour in there, and if you need a little more butter, yeah, you could use butter, a little more lard or Crisco in it, you can add it. You just want it to kind of look like crumble, you know, look a little bit like this. So anyway, just mash it up real good with your fork. They make those fancy things that you mash them with, but I've always used my fork. So, but I usually make up, you know, 10, 15 pie crusts and stick them in the freezer and pull them out when I need one. My daughter likes it that way because she can always run down and get one. And then I just add water a little bit at a time to kind of bring it together so I can make a ball out of it. So we can roll it out. Don't take much water. That's why I said it's going to be hard for me to do it, because I got enough water to make about 10 of them. But right now, thank God, I've got a freezer full of other stuff, and I don't really have room to store a bunch of them. So I'm just doing the one. Okay, after I get it all mixed up real good. I doubt if my Mamaw ever made one, just one, because she had 3 boys that she raised and cooked for half the neighborhood, I think. So there, it's all mixed up good. It's going to look like that. You're going to form a ball out of it. Then I'm going to get rid of my water. And then I'm going to get my flour back over here. Now, you don't have to use this. You can use your table. You can use whatever you want. I've always used a cheesecloth. I'm going to put some flour down on it. And what I don't get on here, I'll get on my floor. Okay. I'm just going to spread that out good. Thought I was going to sneeze, thank you. Okay, then my rolling pin. My daddy bought me this rolling pin. I've got the wooden ones, but I always grab that one. I definitely grab it when my great-grandkids are here because that way they can use it without having to push down on it. Then I just take my dough and get it all formed up pretty good in a ball in here. Now they make those really nice. Matter of fact, my husband bought me one Saturday. It's a mat that you lay down and you roll your pie crust out on it. It's really nice. I think it's down there in the cabinet, and it shows you what size to cut it and everything, but I've never used one. I may use it someday, I don't know. Now, I want my pie crust to be a little bit formed, so I just kind of smash it in like that on the sides. I don't know, I guess when you start cooking and stuff, you end up in your own way. I don't know. I guess I could have took my rings off. I just never do. A lot of people do. I figure I can clean them. And then I just roll it out. Now this one's probably going to be too big for the pie pan I'm using. But I could get a bigger pan. Well, guess what happened? And that's good. Okay, I tore the corner of it here because it didn't have enough flour there. And if that happens, hey, it's no big deal. Just put it back on there, stick some flour on it, and press it back down. See? No one would even know you did it. I make all kinds of mistakes, and you got to really have a way to get out of those mistakes. And then I just bring mine back, fold it back like so. Fold that over so I don't get too much on my pie plate. Then I just lay it on my pie pan, and then I bring it back over, and there you go. And I did make it for a bigger pie pan, didn't I? I guess if I used that little thing that my husband bought me, I'd make it for the right size. So, and then you can take a fork and go around this and make it. A lot of times, a lot of people will, and if I was making a pie that I was making a crust for the top, I would wait until I got my top crust on it, and then I would pinch it all together. But you can take a fork and just mash down in it. You don't even have to do this. You can cut it if you want to. My little grandson helped me one night, and he baked a pie for his daddy, and he said he was pinching it. So I'm going to pinch mine. But I'm just putting my fingers together and poking it. I'm pinching it, as my little great-grandson says. I'm just pinching it. Okay, I've got it all pinched and got it all put down in there. And then I'm going to take me a knife, just go around it and cut it. Don't take no time to make a pie crust. Homemade pie crust is a whole lot better than bought ones, but you know, bought ones are good. And then you can take this and roll it out. I guess I might just do that. I'm putting meringue on my pie, so I don't need it, but I'm not going to waste it. I don't believe in wasting anything if I can keep from it. So I'm just going to just put it all together, and I'll use it sometime because I'll freeze it. But I'm just going to roll it out. I can, if I was going to make a fruit pie or something like that, I'd roll it out and put it on the top. And then I'd pinch both pieces together at the same time. But since I'm not, I'm just going to roll it out like that and put it on a plate, put it in the freezer, and I'll use it sometime for something. Or you can just take it and cut it in strips like so. And then you've got your strips to go over your apple pie to make your topping for it, whichever way you want to do it. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to freeze that. So I'll have it for when I do make my fruit pies. And I'll just stick that in the deep freeze. But a pie crust is about the easiest thing there is to make. And you see, it didn't take me no time to make it. You can freeze them like this. You can just take that, put a piece of wax paper over it or saran wrap, and then wrap it in something and put it in your freezer and use it a few months down the road if you want to. They don't last that long in my house if you would like to. Or you can bake it and use it right now. Or like I'm going to do, I'm going to bake it and then use it. So try it. They're simple, simple, simple to make. And I know if you make one, you'll love it and you'll make them all the time. So I hope this will help you out on making pie crusts. There's a lot of different recipes for them. This is my grandma's recipe, and Mamaw probably made hundreds and hundreds of them, and I know I have. Don't take no time. It takes, what, 3 ingredients is to do it. And like I said, lard works real good. So I didn't have any lard right now, so I had to use Crisco, and I hated to use that because I'm telling you, Crisco right now, a small can of Crisco is like almost $20. And I'm like, whoa. Anyway, we're going to bake this at 375, sorry, 375. And then I'm going to put a filling in it and then put meringue on it. So anyway, that's your pie crust right there. So if you have any questions, just let us know and we'll try to answer them. We'll have everything posted down below. And if you have an easier way, let me know. I like to try different recipes. It's just that I wouldn't change this one, but I do try other recipes on pie crust. So give us a thumbs up if you like it. And anyway, thank you bunches for watching this today. Have a great week.